The silent collapse. How changing demographics will reshape the economy and investing. Imagine walking through a city where half the shops are closed, not because of recession, but because there are simply no customers left. Picture a primary school with weeds growing through the playground because there are no children left to fill the classrooms. Picture hospitals overflowing, not with new births or injured workers, but with the elderly requiring constant care. And imagine governments once boasting of economic miracles, now crushed under pension systems they cannot afford, while tax revenues dry up. This is not science fiction. This is our future. Across the globe, birth rates are plunging, populations are shrinking, and the assumptions that powered economic growth for centuries are being rewritten. What does this mean for you? For your pension? For your investments? Japan already sells more adult diapers than baby diapers. China's population has started to shrink for the first time in 60 years. South Korea's fertility rate has collapsed to just 0.7 children per woman, less than half the level needed to sustain a stable population. Welcome to the age of population collapse. A demographic earthquake so powerful it will reshape economies, reorder global power, and force investors to think in ways they've never had to before. In this video, we'll dive deep into what demographic decline really means. We'll explore the winners and losers, sector by sector. We'll study history's lessons from ancient Rome to modern Japan. And most importantly, we'll ask the ultimate question. While the world panics, how can you prepare, and even profit, from the silent collapse already underway? The demographic bomb is upon us, and the numbers are staggering. In 1950, the average woman worldwide had 5 children. Today, that figure stands at just 2.3. By 2050, it's projected that 2/3 of the world's countries will dip below replacement fertility, the crucial number being 2.1 children per woman. Once a population starts to shrink, reversing the trend is an uphill battle. Take Japan, where the population peaked in 2010 at 128 million, but is expected to plunge below 75 million by 2100. This decline is akin to erasing the combined populations of Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya. In China, projections show a drop from 1.4 billion today to less than 800 million by 2100. In one lifetime, China's population could shrink by 600 million, surpassing the total population of the EU and the United States combined. South Korea faces a stark reality, with women averaging just 0.7 children, predicting a generation of fewer than 25 descendants from 100 women today. This is the greatest demographic reversal in human history, challenging centuries of assumptions about perpetual population growth. So why do demographics matter so much for economies and markets? Because people are the core of any economy. Fewer workers lead to slower growth, like an engine losing cylinders. An aging population results in higher costs for healthcare, pensions, and social care, burdening an ever-shrinking pool of taxpayers. A shrinking consumer base results in lower demand, impacting industries like housing and education. Without reform, governments might drown in obligations, reminiscent of the economic collapse faced by the Roman Empire. Demographics not only shape economies, they define them. Sector by sector, we delve into the winners and losers of a rapidly changing global landscape. In housing and real estate, shrinking populations mean empty homes, leaving places like Japan with ghost villages and 8 million abandoned properties known as akia. In Italy, entire towns offer houses for just $1, aiming to attract new residents amidst declining populations. Meanwhile, in healthcare and elder care, demand soars as Japan faces a significant rise in its elderly population, projected to be 1 in 3 citizens by 2050. As schools and universities close due to fewer children, countries like South Korea witness thousands of school closures. However, the lifelong learning sector may thrive as older workers seek retraining for extended careers. In manufacturing and automation, fewer workers mean more robotics, with nations from Germany to China racing to fill labor gaps through advanced technology. Research indicates that stock market returns closely correlate with the working-age population, hinting at weaker equity growth in aging economies. Yet, capital may flow into younger growing regions as markets begin to rebalance. This isn't a universal collapse. Instead, a stark global divide emerges. Nations with young populations like India and Indonesia will become the winners, attracting industries and investments. Conversely, aging nations like Japan, South Korea, and China face stagnation or decline, leading to a significant shift in global wealth and power. As capital flows towards sectors of rising demand, geopolitics will pivot, with immigration emerging as the key issue of the century. The world is witnessing a demographic earthquake, and investors must be vigilant. In the realm of healthcare and the silver economy, opportunities abound in pharma, biotech, and medical devices. Elder housing and home care services are becoming essential as the population ages. Lifestyle businesses, targeting seniors with disposable wealth, are on the rise. Next, we turn to automation and AI as key sectors for growth. Robotics firms and AI productivity platforms are at the forefront of transforming industries. Autonomous transport is also emerging to counteract labor shortages. Emerging markets like India, Nigeria, Kenya, and Indonesia present fertile ground for investment. These regions contrast sharply with stagnation in aging economies. The luxury and experience economy is shifting as older, affluent populations spend on travel and wellness. Green and sustainable investments will be crucial, as fewer young workers mean a focus on technology and efficiency. Some view population decline not as a disaster, but an opportunity to reduce environmental stress. Immigration, pro-natal policies, and technological advancements may offer solutions. Yet the demographic bomb is a silent disruptor, reshaping economies and societies over decades. The future is uncertain, and those who prepare may find extraordinary gains. Will you be a spectator of decline or a strategist for opportunity? The choice is yours. How will you respond to the looming challenge of population collapse? The future won't look like the past, and the investors who prepare today will own tomorrow.